Hi everyone, welcome to this lesson on had better. Remember, if you like this lesson, hit the thumbs up button so I know to make more of the same. Make sure you stick around to the end of the lesson because I have a free fluency pack for you to download which will upgrade your English level very, very quickly. So when you're ready, let's head to the PowerPoint and begin this lesson. Hello and welcome to this lesson on had better. By the end of this lesson, you're going to learn exactly how to use this grammar structure. Let's get started. What does had better actually mean? Well, when we say the sentence, you had better do something, it actually means you should do something. However, it's a little different from should because when we use had better, it means if you don't do something, there will be a problem or danger. Sometimes a very small problem or small danger, but a danger nonetheless. So had better is stronger than should. We use it to give strong advice to someone. So as I said, use had better to give strong advice to someone, and that can even be yourself. So you can use had better to give yourself strong advice. Another thing you must remember is we usually contract had better like this. So I had better becomes I'd better. So you can see we've contracted I had to I'd. This is much more natural in spoken English. You had better becomes you'd better. We had better, we'd better. They had better becomes they'd better. She had better becomes she'd better. And he had better, he'd better. So you can see we contract had better. We shorten the had to become she'd, he'd, they'd, etc. Now, an important thing to notice and remember is this. The verb had is a past tense verb. You probably know that. But when we use had better, the meaning is present or future. So it's very important to understand this. Had better is not to talk about the past. It's to talk about the present or the future. It's strange because had is a past tense verb, but it actually means the present or future. So another thing to look at is that should is used to give advice in general. For example, we can say, people should always be kind and respectful. So this is should. We are giving general advice to every person. However, had better is used for specific situations. For example, John, you had better visit the doctor. So can you see the difference between should and had better? Should is for general advice. Had better is for specific situations when you're talking to someone face to face, for example. And another very important thing to remember is we use a basic verb after had better, like this. So we say, we'd better go, or I'd better ask. We do not say, we'd better to go, or I'd better to ask. Just use the basic verb without to. So let's dive in to some examples. I have a meeting in 20 minutes. I'd better go and get ready. So this person is giving advice to himself or herself. He or she is saying, I should go and get ready. But this is stronger than should, because if he doesn't go and get ready, there will be a problem or danger. What is the problem or danger? Well, if he doesn't go and get ready, he will be late for the meeting and his boss might get very angry. So there's a small problem if he doesn't follow this advice. Here's another example. It looks like it might rain soon. You'd better take an umbrella. Again, this is stronger than should, because if you don't follow the advice, there will be a problem or danger. What could the problem be in this situation? Well, if it rains and we go out without an umbrella, we're going to get very wet and we might catch a cold. We've been walking for 3 hours now. We'd better take a rest. So this person is giving advice to himself and to his friend. We'd better take a rest. What's the problem or danger here? Well, they've been walking for a long time. Maybe they're very tired. If they don't take a rest, they might become exhausted or they might get hurt or injured, for example. Now, the negative form of had better is you had better not do something. And again, we contract the negative just like the positive. I'd better not, you'd better not, we'd better not, etc. So this is the negative form. Let's look at some examples of the negative. You'd better not play football on this road. The cars drive down it very fast. So as you can see, this person is giving advice to some young children who are playing football on a very busy road. What's the problem or danger? Well, it's very obvious. If they continue to play football, a car might come and hit them, and they could become injured. Here's another example. This area looks quite dangerous. We'd better not stop here. So this person is driving through a dangerous neighborhood, and he thinks it's not a good idea to stop the car here. So he gives advice to himself. Now look at this bonus tip to make your sentences even more interesting and to extend them. We can use otherwise or else in a sentence with had better to say what could happen if you don't follow the advice. So, to make your sentences more interesting, use otherwise or else. Let's look at this example to make it clearer for you. We'd better not tell John about this. Otherwise, he will get really angry. So notice the word otherwise. We use this to say, if we don't follow the advice, this will happen. So it's what will happen if the advice is not followed. And you can use or else, like this example. You'd better go to the dentist, or else you might get a bad toothache. So again, this is strong advice because we use had better. If this person doesn't go to the dentist, what will happen if they don't follow this advice? They might get a bad toothache. Right, these are some things that you should remember when using had better. So use had better or had better not to give strong advice. It means that if someone doesn't follow the advice, there will be some problem or danger, and sometimes it's very small. After had better or had better not, use a basic verb without to. And use otherwise or else to say what could happen if you don't follow the advice. And finally, make sure you contract I had, she had, etc. to I'd and she'd. So, the next step for you is to, first of all, download the Fluency Pack for this lesson. When you download the Fluency Pack, listen to the MP3 many times to ingrain the new grammar had better in your mind. You should also read the PDF transcript many times. The PDF and the MP3 are included in the free Fluency Pack. And finally, you will upgrade your English level. Thanks for watching this lesson. I'll see you in the next one.